Hey, this will be the weekly review of the Warrior charts presented by BullWarriorStocks.com. We will go over the 5 chart setups we sent out for the week of April 26th of 2010. If you're not familiar with what this is, every week at Bull Warrior Stocks we send out 5 chart setups, and then every Friday we come back and go over them, win, lose, or draw, and that way people can see how they could have played them or whatnot. So it's kind of a learning experience, and it kind of shows how our plays have done. So the email right here you're looking at is what we sent out last Saturday, and we will be doing another one of these emails tomorrow, Saturday. So if you're interested in getting on this, just go to bullwarriorstocks.com and sign up for the newsletter, and you'll be all set. It's free. So let's just get started. For this week, we were watching FBC, CBAK, JSDA, SBCF, and GNVC. Right here you see the 5 categories that we can put our charts into, and as we go through you'll see how it's set up. So our first one was FBC. This was our pattern play, and what we were looking at for this one was an ascending triangle. You can see we put out a pullback entry of 71 cents, and then we drew out the pattern here, which was the top of the triangle being formed by the 200-day SMA, and then we had our uptrend line here. So let's go and see how the chart did for the week. And just once more real quick, bullwarriorstocks.com, go there and you sign up for the newsletter. You'll get the free ebook, and then you'll be eligible to start to receive these sorts of emails that get our selections like this. So this blue line here, that just tells us where the chart looked like when we sent it out. So this is the chart we look like right here. I marked the 71 cent area, which was where the pullback was. And what we're going to do for this one is actually go down to a lower time frame, because this day here kind of screws things up. But a lower time frame will show more better. So here we are. We took off, or it gapped up and then came down. And then right here you can see a bunch of times it bounced off the 71 cent area, and then during this hour right here, so this is an example of when we're looking to trade, you need to be ready and be quick. So a few hours later, after it hit this, it went up here and made a high of 77 cents. So this candle right here is what I'm talking about. So had you gotten it at 71 cents, it made a move up to 77 cents. That was an 8.5% move, and what we do is we need to see at least 5% in order to count it as a winner. So this one was a winner for us. It made a move of 8.5%. So had you gotten it at 71 cents, you had opportunity of at least 5% right there. If you held on for a little bit longer, you could have gotten as much as 8.5%. So FBC was a winner for us. Our next one was CBK. This one was a bottom bouncer play, but what we noted here was that we wanted to see it break out of this pattern right here, which was a falling wedge. So let's just go to the action and see what happens. This actually makes a good example of why volume is so important. Once more, this blue line is just simply where the chart looked like when we sent it out. So as you can see, I have the pattern drawn in here. And then the first day we had a gap up above the pattern. But look down here at volume. That whole day there was just nothing in towards the volume. If you're going to have a gap up out of a pattern, you need to see volume like this or something like that, or even a big like that day there. But there was just no volume there, so you had a gap up. It gapped right up to these 2 resistance levels on weak volume. So that by no means was that a buy signal. I mean, on gap ups, that's rarely a buy signal. But not only when it gaps up into these key resistance levels on low volume, that's a definite non-buy signal. And then you can see what happened. It just fell apart that day and never did anything. So this was a no play for us. There's never a buy signal given. We wanted to see a break of this pattern, not a small volume gap up into resistances and then getting rejected. So this was a no play. Nothing was given in terms of buy signals. So CBAK was just a draw on the week. Our next one was JSDA. This was our trend trading play. For these ones, we just like to hop in because the trend is going in favor of the bulls. And as the saying goes, the trend is your friend, so just trade with the trend. We had a golden cross approaching. This pullback here was supported by the nice drop in volume. So it's just one of these where you hop in. So we're just going to assume that you get in right there at 106, and when we pull up the chart, you can see, or you will see, that you could have gotten in actually a little bit lower than that. But for argument's sake, we're just going to call it 106. So here is what the chart looked like. Notice that we had this blue line here, which was a 10-day simple moving average. So we said 106. It actually dropped down as low as $1, but for our calculations, we're just going to base them off $1.06. But you can see it made a move all the way up to here as high as $1.19 over the course of the week. So from $1.06 up to $1.19 is a 12.3% move. So this was actually our biggest winner on the week of the 5. From now, had you gotten in at $1, that would have been an even bigger gain. But just $1.06. You've seen a couple days later, all the way up to $1.19. So potentially a 12.3% gain. So pretty nice there from JSDA. So this was our big winner for the week. Not our biggest winner that we've had in the past, but still, nonetheless, you can't walk into your local bank and get 12%, for 3 days if you just put your money into a CD. Our next one was SBCF. This was our volume alert play. We had big volume coming in. We had a nice little pattern shaping up, so we were wondering if there was going to be some sort of breakout. But once again, for argument's sake, we're just going to say that you got in at the close, which was at 212. Once more, you will see that you could have gotten in lower, but we're just going to calculate based on entry of 212. So here we are with this. You can see once again that there's a gap up here. Then the price pulled back, and so from 212 you could have gotten in as low as, if you had timed it perfectly, $1.93, or you could have, the way I played this one actually was I waited down here at the 200-day simple moving average. You can see that it was doing a good job of providing support, and once again it did provide good support. I didn't hold all the way until up here when it hit a high of 225, but still, I made a decent percentage on it. But had you gotten in at $2.12, the move up to 225 was worth 6.1%. So not too bad. I think I made 4% on this one or something. But nonetheless, nice little gain there, over 6% for just a few days holding. Our last one was GNVC. This one was kind of a gift, and I'll show you what I mean by that. But this was a pending breakout play, and usually we have price levels, but what we've been doing the past couple weeks is watching the RSI 5 and looking for a break of 30. So let's go to the chart and see what happens. The break of RSI 550 is the buy signal. So I'm going to have to zoom in because, as you can see, this stock just took a beating. And then I also want to pull up the RSI 5. So remember, the break of RSI 5 was our buy signal. And what I'm going to do is just watch this right here, because this will show you when the RSI 5 has broken above 30. But so we had the week, didn't break. Then we had a green day, but notice the RSI 5 is still at 21. And then yesterday it broke above 31. So this was our buy signal. So we could have been happy getting in at 68 and 0.689%, or cents, since that was the close. But look what happened this morning. It actually gapped down for us. So this was a gift I was talking about, and opened at 67 cents. It went as low as 66, so you could have gotten in a little bit lower. But let's just say you saw the buy signal given, so you're waiting, the pre-market, and then you saw all of a sudden it gapped down. You bought down here at 67. Today it eventually went up and hit 70.5 cents, which is a little over a 5% gain. So nothing huge, but for one day getting 5%, I don't think anybody can complain about that, especially on highly liquid stocks like this. So a nice little move here. Next week could be interesting. It could make a lot more progress. But for our video, and within the past 5 days, it didn't get that 5% window. So this one was another winner for us this week. So as you can see, we had 4 winners and then the one no play. And nice week for us. No huge winners, but it all adds up. So once more, if you want to get on the list, all you have to do is go to bullwarriorstocks.com, sign up, and you'll be good to go. If there are any other questions on the charts or anything like that, let me know. If not, thank you for listening, and have a good weekend.